Welcome to MiceCast with your host Greg, Mike, and
You're damn right.
So here we are, properly lubricated. I have
getting there.
Greg looks like he's drinking regular pop. You can't see this so much, but
I'm drinking American processed cane sugar Coca-Cola out of a
this
glass.
is. There you go. You can barely see it. Crappy crap. There.
Oh, there you go. Brewery X.
Yeah.
I'm presently packing, so I can't.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, so yeah, need the drink to go over our subject matter for this week.
I'm drinking the dude's drink tonight.
It is.
What's that?
It's a sucky drink.
This is a White Russian.
Oh,
it's not a sucky drink.
The dude. Okay, the dude. I got it. That's the movie reference. Gotcha. Yeah. The dude abides.
Oh, you didn't get that earlier when we were discussing it?
No, I must have been focusing on the other thing.
Yeah. All right. So I've been sending Mike. I send him crap I see on Instagram a lot.
Every time you're in the cam.
Well, no,
an awful lot nowadays.
A lot of this stuff is not. I know that's the running joke, but it's not. But for show ideas,
The problem is that's what we all think about. I'm sure.
Take your mind out of the gutter. I know Mike loves a good fart joke, good toilet joke.
I almost sent you a TikTok about pooping. I almost did, but then I'm thinking, no, that's just playing into the stereotype.
Didn't I send you one, or did you send me the one? All these different names.
Yeah, that was me.
I sent all the names. Yeah.
God, crying down a dirt snake. Yeah.
That was after that plan.
Yeah.
That was magic. Some of that was awesome.
But
anyways,
there, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, first shout out, Electric Mike and his girlfriend Carrie and I had dinner at the Jazz Kitchen last night. And then went into the park for one attraction. He wanted to see the new Pirates. I heard her from behind me. She was in row 6. I was in row 5. He was in row 6. We got past the new monstrosity. She goes, I kind of like it. And I turned around out of the boat. I said, there's an exit door right over there, out of the boat. But anyways, funny. We had a good time. Then we went and smoked cigars at the hotel he was staying at. It's a really nice hotel. He's changed places where he stays when he's in town. And it's the old Sheridan Castle thing.
Oh, the Majestic.
Oh, yeah.
Still very nice. Oh my God, his room was awesome. I didn't ask him how much, that wouldn't be proper, but he doesn't sound like it's, bad comparatively to where he used to stay directly across the street. And it was very nice. So yeah, we smoked for, a couple hours, talked about, all kinds of good stuff.
So no soaring over America?
No, that's on their plan to do.
Okay.
But not that night. It wasn't very crowded, but like with my luck, I always seem to roll into Disneyland at parade time. And I don't know what this one's. Is it Paint the Night? That's all like
yes, it's Paint the Night.
Day Glow or whatever. It's from what I saw, the Slinky Dog and all that. I mean, it's okay, but I'm just not. I get this. So we go to the crossover because we want to go. I'm also looking for the Hatbox Ghost popcorn thing for Karen. Yeah. So we knew those would be on, the west side of the park, the left side. So we went to the first crossover, and people kept bailing out, so I kept moving closer. 3 girls walked right in front of me, saw me taking a picture, ducked to get out of the way of the picture, but still stepped in front of me while I'm waiting. I guess you have to press your parts against other people's parts to show that there's no room there. And then the guy walking in front of me. Yeah, seriously. The guy walking in front of me when we got to cross on his phone. And I'm taking like those little shuffle baby steps, trying not to get run over by everybody else. Didn't take me very long, as usual, to get annoyed by guests, because guests are stupid, especially in that kind of setting. But anyways,
so you're talking about sending us stuff. That's how we got started. You were putting show ideas.
Yeah, show ideas. So I've been uploading, and then D23, of course, I knew would be a cornucopia of great content for us, and not by what Disney. Oh yeah, I was an inaugural member of D23. I just didn't keep it up after I think the second or third year. What was it? Was the first year or the second year we were broadcasting out of somebody's booth?
First year.
I thought it was the second year.
No, it was the first year we were there. We got in. We were NFFC's booth. We're broadcasting live. We talked to Paige O'Hara. We talked to Terry Harden. Yeah. We talked to
the guy that does Tower of Terror voice,
Mark Silverman.
Yeah,
and the guy Tommy. Shit.
Oh, the actor from
Old Yeller.
Yeah, the killed his dog.
Yeah. So.
But you know what? You know what my biggest highlight of that show is? What? Interviewing people that were lined up for something. And I glanced over in the corner of my eye to see where the camera was, and it was lollygagging like across the floor. Okay. Not even on the.
I gotta look that up. What year's the first D23? Because we were there for the first one.
Yes, we were.
And the hoops we jumped through to get internet in there so we can broadcast live, and we were live streaming. YouTube didn't stream at the time. We had to use a tool called Ustream.
I'm gonna say 07 maybe. 06 possibly. I mean, it could have. The second year. I don't know if it's the first or second year. I want
to say go further than that because I want to say it was before the golden anniversary of Disneyland.
Yeah, but I was
2009.
I thought okay. That makes more sense because I remember being unemployed one of the years, and I had the free time because usually this stuff is like one weekend day and then it's like a Monday or Tuesday. So I was able to go.
It's typically Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Maybe that's what it was. So the Friday, I was able to go on the Friday when other people were working. I know. I mean, I was annoyed by, I can't remember the podcaster right now who basically, between his wife and other members of his cult were able to get him the job at the mansion, the temporary job,
Ricky.
Ricky. And he was up there with this little tiny like camcorder with the little flip out screen. Somehow he managed to get in with the press up at the press box where you see all these big broadcast cameras. Here's Ricky with his little, $20 tripod and the whatever. He managed to work those channels. I guess I shouldn't hold that against him, but when we were trying hard and had decent equipment and we're doing a pretty good job, I don't know how. And when I was at the Epcot 50th. The same way. I'm like, look over, there's fucking Ricky again with his $20 tripod and his little tiny camera. But regardless, there's a lot of good stuff. In fact, I got to read you a new one. It's a new. I'll find it later when you guys are rambling about something. Okay. So they made a lot of announcements, and 99.9% of them we already knew.
Correct.
They spent a lot of money on a dog and pony show to tell you what you already knew. Very flashy. And I don't know if you saw the images coming out of the Bob Iger put on a pedestal fest.
I did not watch that or anything out of that. No.
They had to put seat fillers in. The place was half empty. And I saw somebody post that after the first break, they moved down because they had tickets up here, and then but you had to get over to the Honda Center for a couple. In fact, the video you'll show soon, I believe, is the Honda Center.
Huh. Because the max capacity of the Anaheim Convention Center, like the main hall there, is like 2,500, right?
I really don't know. You'd have to look that up. But there is so much. That's one of the biggest convention centers, on the West Coast. It's got a lot of square footage.
Well, a lot of that's all back past the arena. The arena, which was the first part of it. Yeah.
But remember, as a kid, we used to go there for the what was that annual show that we used to always go? The Home and Garden Show.
Home and Garden Show.
Which they had travel stuff, they had home stuff, they had a variety of things. And I've seen basketball played in that arena. It's not small by any means.
I've seen that. Yeah. No. I've watched the Ringling Brothers Circus and the Livingston Stallions there.
Sure.
Maximum theater style capacity of Hall D
That's what they call it now, Hall D?
That's Hall D's down at the south end of the convention
You want to look
center.
at the arena capacity, not Hall D.
Well, I said main hall is what I said. Arena, max capacity arena. All right, I'll say arena because I didn't know.
Yeah, it's literally. I mean, I think it was considered to be the home of one of the professional teams that just, never happened.
Yeah.
It's 7,500 to 9,100. So now I'm going to do.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, max capacity.
Of Honda. Oh, it's going to be much bigger.
Yeah, it is almost 20, which is what would have been my guess. Is almost 20. So it's double. Call it double.
Okay. So like I say, I'm not sure if this announcement was off-site, but I know people bitched that if you took the shuttles and trams and things of that nature,
you missed it. I'm sure you missed it.
Could take you up to 2 hours to get there versus if you drove a lot.
You're probably walking 30 minutes. Well,
walking, there was a huge line to get in, but comparing this to the D23 I went to when I just remember Betty White. She was so excited. She knew her name was next. Her full name hadn't even come out of the guy's mouth. It might have been Bet, and she's already running up there. She's like 90 something. She was like so excited to be brought into that group of legends. It was charming. And now we have people like Iger and people you've never heard of.
Speaking of, did you see his window on Main Street?
Yes.
I saw the one you put in the
chief architect.
New Century Builders chief architect.
Yeah. That is not getting good play on the internet. A lot of people are unhappy that that's not Eisner. I responded with things like should have been purchaser in charge.
Yeah, I was gonna say
yes.
Purchasing agent.
Yeah, something of that nature. Well, you saw his latest purchase, right?
No.
Oh, the Lakers.
Yeah, him and somebody else are. Was it the Lakers or the?
Yeah, it's
the Lakers.
It's the brother to President Trump's son-in-law. In fact, the son-in-law that was out there talking. Yeah. It's the two of those guys.
There's a big stink about the Lakers because Jenny Buss doesn't want to give up the Lakers.
Well, she doesn't want to give up the last remnants that the family owns. Her siblings were going to sell it all out.
But it has to be unanimous, and she's like, yeah, no.
But she also has a court order that says she is the end-all decision maker on that.
So she can tell Mo Pound Sand, too bad.
It says Iger and venture capitalist Josh Kushner are buying them for a record-breaking $12.5 billion.
Trying. You got to say trying because.
Well, it still has to be approved by the NBA.
Well, it says the way it's being worded is they've agreed to buy them.
Yeah.
They are purchasing they're purchasing the controlling stake. How's that? From billionaire Mark Walter.
Oh,
so
okay.
When you have when you have the high percentage, then it doesn't matter what this other girlie wants. They're going to have all of the voting power. And then I read something about some people are upset with the Dodgers because they swear they're trying to buy off the president for some kind of financial shenanigans or something. I don't know all the detail. I don't follow that sport anymore. I mean, that used to be my sport, but after a few strikes and a bunch of babies and $1 million babies, I'm tired of it. And I hate the new rules. I hate baseball replay. I hate the clock, the challenge, and that new umpire who can't see this after 2 seconds and says too late. And I don't want to make it a man-woman thing, but she's horrible as an umpire.
All right. Anyway, so I'm gonna throw up the picture of like the main thing we're gonna talk about.
Okay. Let's play. Go ahead and play that, and we can talk about it.
No, hang on. First, it's a picture.
Sure. Okay.
Because I had to have that to set us up into the thing. So it's a picture of Disneyland's post about Tomorrowland, a vista into world of wondrous ideas. Yesterday's tomorrow, today is their little tagline. And it sounds so dumb, right? It sounds so dumb. But the thing is that when they announced it, apparently it was all the rage, right? Because I'll play you the video and you can see what.
Wait,
right.
before you do that,
Okay.
before you do that, there's a comment on this video that's great. I love this explanation point, and
That's the
I'm here
comment?
for what? No,
That was the
I'm
comment.
trying-
I love.
No, I'm trying to read it, but you're interrupting me.
Okay.
I'm pausing for dramatic effect here.
Oh, okay. I was sorry.
Greg's trying to act.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I love this. I won't repeat explanation point, but I did. I'm here for the hype, but all Disney does is reheat nachos and we eat it up like it's filet mignon.
I saw that.
I like that. Yeah, I saw that.
I thought that was awesome.
and it describes it so well.
It does.
I mean, that's exactly it. That is
Who would not know
it.
Who would not know what that means?
So
okay, so Mike.
So this was the actual only surprise, right? Because everything they talked about leading up to this, we all knew was coming.
I think there were some minor little things or a little more detail, which we'll get to later.
Right, here's
yes.
here's the reaction to the big surprise. Right, here we go.
With Tomorrowland.
They haven't said anything, and they're all just.
Well, they've got a picture of their advertisement. It's just so dumb.
Well, they have 4 castles up on the screen.
Yeah.
We will begin reimagining Tomorrowland with optimism you all have been longing for.
Oh my God.
Just so stupid.
I actually wondered if that girl shit her pants and needed to.
Right. New attractions, more open spaces, new places for you to dream about the future.
Yeah. So
You know,
that
this-
was.
And now one guy yelling, "It's happening!"
Maybe in
2032.
No,
Yeah.
no.
the
So
whole.
go ahead, Richard.
I was going to say the whole thing reminds me something for that Seth MacFarlane wrote, with everybody's going to cheer 9/11. Yay! 9/11. Yay!
Okay. But okay, so here's a nice fine detail that came up the next day. All these people are claiming that it's pushing back Pandora, Avatar Land,
Yes.
whatever it's going to be called.
Yes, that's
Okay,
what I was about to
wait.
say.
Wait, and I'm like, where's the providence on this? That was not in D23. Every person that I've seen say this, all say Disney called them and let them know. Now, when I saw the first one, I'm like, bullshit. Now another one saying they called him. Is that just what we're doing now as podcasters or
Making up
influencers?
shit.
Was there an announcement to some of the in crowd? Oh, and I wanted to also say my feed is full of the Junior League influencers and content creators. Now, I've never seen in my life. They might be in a baseball parlance single A. And I would look at they've got 3,000 followers. These people are, I don't want to call them nobody. They're probably enjoying themselves. One of them announced himself as like everybody's friend, Diddy Dad, Disney something. He's got like 300 followers. I'm like, yeah, everybody knows you. All 300 of your friends, family, and neighbors.
So yeah, I saw on one of those. The problem is all these blogs regurgitate the same thing. We know this, right?
That's it. Yeah.
So I saw more. Disneyland has said that this is the order, and the order is Coco, which is under construction.
Well, you got it wrong.
Oh,
already.
the entrance plaza and the parking structure. That's first.
You still got it back because those aren't part. The expansion of the
Avengers Campus. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's
number one. Coco number 2. Tomorrowland number 3, and then
Avatar. Mystery Distance.
But here. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
But the first 2 we know because they're
being built.
Yeah, there's shit rising out of the ground for them.
They actually broke ground for it, and we have a rough date. I'm going to cross my finger because you said something kind of funny. Actually, you don't even know it. We have a date for those. The Avengers Campus should be done for somewhere in 2028. Coco should also be done in 2028. Okay, now you said something about a parking structure, right? Yeah. I saw a post, and my response to the post was, Disney must be the only company where fans get excited when they're building a parking structure. And somebody commented about, oh, you are so right. That's funny and right on point, because there's all kinds of posts that, the first dirt is moving around, and they show an empty area where it's going to go. There's not a single trench for a footing yet. But they've leveled the building and down the dirt.
They're still pulling concrete out of there.
So it looks like it was down. It's down to dirt, but still.
All right, but let's go back to Tomorrowland. Okay.
Yeah.
So Tomorrowland, the announcement, in and of itself, is just stroking these people, making them feel good.
If I had more hands to show how many fans are being stroked off here.
That was actually the second video, the one you put. Because the first one I saw didn't turn around and show the crowd. All it showed was that guy making that same announcement where update Tomorrowland with all your dreams, new attractions, new blah blah blah. And the guy's just going ape shit, yay! And he's shaking his phone. But I'm still seeing the stage. At least the girl we had here had
he was presence. So excited he couldn't even keep the camera on the stage. Huh?
Yeah, it was bad. I'm thinking, what is going on? And then But, oh, yeah, it's finally happening. Oh, we made this. Well, you saw the caption on the video is, we did it, fam. We made it happen.
The fans all think they had
what
some
did you make happen?
Yeah.
You made it happen, a presentation at their annual Stroke Fest. You made them tell
Say
you,
the word Tomorrowland.
We're going to fix Tomorrowland.
My common response to all these has been, I've been told so many times. I said, if I just count the times during the time I worked there, I was promised the extraterrestrial encounter at Disneyland, and I got a Pizza Planet. I was promised a new Tomorrowland, and I got a paint job and a bad attraction. Didn't last very long. I was promised Westcott, and I got DCA. Now, if I expand beyond that, I was promised Discovery Bay. I was promised Edison Square, and what was the one adjacent to that, Richard? Remember Edison Square, and then Liberty Square, I think.
Well, Liberty Square, but yeah.
Or Liberty something. We know why that one probably went away. Both of them actually because of an attraction and a new park. But what I'm saying is we've seen all of these things told us that are literally on the horizon. Should see them any day. None of them happen. Now,
nothing's going to happen. Okay.
Well, the wording is very important when you listen to this. What they're reimagining, supposedly. What I almost said scared. I'm like, scared isn't the right. What concerns me is you'll have new open space. Okay, what are they tearing down? Carousel building, maybe? How else are you going to get open space other than maybe opening up the EO theater? I forgot.
You got to fill in the subs and get rid of the Utopia.
That was the other thing I responded to somebody was when you see people say, "Oh, I hope they bring back EO. I hope they bring back People Mover. I hope they bring back," and they're like going down this list. I'm like, how about you hope you move forward and not bring things back? EO was fun. It had its day, but I think it'd be dated today. It's it's just
no one gives a shit about 3D anymore.
Well, they did make the announcement that they're bringing back an updated version of Journey into Imagination.
Well, it's fine. They need something to fill that theater with, right? How can you update that?
Oh, you got to rebuild the theater because that thing is so torn apart on the inside right now.
What theater? You talk about Carousel of Progress theater?
No, I'm talking about the 3D
theater under Space Mountain.
Oh, the EO theater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
but that's no different than any other theater doing a rehab. New carpet, new seats, you're done. It's not
new screen, new ceiling, new roof.
I mean, it's a rehab. It's nothing that would concern me too much. And somebody says, "Oh, they won't touch the Utopia. They're just now putting all this money into it." My response is that's chump change to a project that might happen. That's chump change.
I will say for going over that new parking structure everybody's so excited for, we just spent several $1 million on refurbishing that INS building into an office building for us to use for a whole 11 months. 11 months before we had to move everybody out of it so we can tear it down then.
Yeah. I mean, this is all in their
different fiscal years, though. I get you.
Yeah, their budgets, their ROIs, their whatever. But what concerns me is when they say things like new attractions, new open areas. Now, they could create open areas really easily by getting rid of the Orbitron.
I was going to say the picture behind you is probably the clue that how they're going to get a new open area. Put it back up there.
Well, they can't put the Orbitron up there. It's too big, too heavy.
Yeah.
It's much bigger than the rocket jets were by probably by a third at least.
Yeah, I was going to say about 30% larger.
So getting rid of that, quite honestly, you've got Dumbo. You don't need this. Just move on. We don't need the Orbitron. Move forward.
Wait, no, but Florida's got Aladdin's carpets and 2 Dumbos.
I don't give a shit. Aladdin's carpet.
It's a
and the rocket jets.
And the rocket jets.
Oh yeah, they do have rocket jets. So they have
Astro jets.
I don't like the spitting camel ride. I just think that used to be a nice open area where people flowed through it. Now it's just another thing to walk.
I understand, but the point is that it have 4 of those ride systems that are popular. So
they're popular, low capacity attractions.
Terrible capacity.
Yeah,
but you're right. So new open area, that's a concern, right? Where's that coming from?
Carousel
new attraction.
Building.
You really think it's a carousel building?
Well, no, I'm just saying the only thing. Okay, what's not being utilized right now? Carousel building
and EO Theater. But EO Theater doesn't really open up things unless you go back to the original kind of open air area, which was nice. Yeah. Or Star Traders and all that shit.
But that was a little
better. Star Traders is all buzz and all that. Unless you could get rid of buzz.
Star Traders is
Star
Traders. Where and the second floor.
Little green man is buzz.
The little tiny arcade area is the only unused area. But arcade and the Starcade's still the Starcade, but the
Skyway station is still standing.
That's gone.
Is it gone?
Wait, Skyway station's gone.
Wait, I've looked up there and there's still something.
There's a building which is facilities workshops that are up in there and a couple classrooms, but the Skyway platform and patio is gone. The only structure that would be left would be what was the storage area.
Next time we're there,
that's still there.
Next time we're there, point that out because I want to see what you're seeing and what I'm seeing and seeing because there was already maintenance facilities up there for the People Mover when the People Mover went away. It was even rocket rods. It could have been used for a bunch of different things.
It's the rocket rods area as well.
Splash pad area, rip that out. That gives you open space.
Yeah.
The Tomorrowland Terrace dance floor, open space.
I don't see that going away simply because...
I'm just thinking of all the things that are standing that you can rip out. They're not going to rip out any of the 2 main buildings. I'm pretty sure those are going to stand. But
I can picture potentially getting rid of Star Trader and Star Tours and functioning that somehow.
It's funny that you mentioned that because one guy says,
Star Tours over to the Galaxy's Edge. I saw that.
It should be there, but they just can't move. It would be too much to move those out of that building. They're so big. I'm like, tell me you don't know anything about Star Tours without telling me you don't know anything about the ride vehicle. The ride vehicle, I saw one at Imagineering. The actual simulator.
They're not that big.
Well, it's a flat platform with the hydraulics underneath that move. That's the basics. Everything else is fluff added to it, which all can be dismantled and moved.
Well, you were there. I think you were both with the company still when we had to change out vehicles. And there's a hatch in the rooftop. We had a crane that just lifted it right out of the roof, and they just slid them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they picked them up out of the roof, and they got the new vehicles in and slid them right back in.
I don't know how many times I reply to people. Tell me how much you don't know about construction, and I'll help you along here because it's.
So I'm going to say the thing that's going to make everybody, the 5 people listening that are, the trestle. Or the extinct rocket rods, People Mover, all that's going to get ripped out.
I actually believe that could be the open area.
That's where you get in your open space.
And I'm okay with that now.
The platform that held the load area for both the rocket jets, and that's all out. There was
a plan way back. There was a plan way back in the early 90s when they were talking about the quote unquote expansion that became the 1997
paint job.
Let's color it all brown and brass.
Oh, the steampunk looking.
Yeah. But there was a plan back in the early 90s of actually putting a second level to Tomorrowland, to have like a second level shopping and district going on either side, the way like the People Mover is in Florida. On the side, but instead have walkways going down that way.
What you're describing is the original New Tomorrowland that was in the guidebook. And then again, we can talk about what the guidebooks were told us were coming that never came. How many places in Epcot were going to be added? The original Tomorrowland, it was 2 stories. It was really cool looking. I thought you were going to go, because when I cut you off, that's not the plan I was talking about. It was the one where when we, one of my pet peeves about people calling it the People Mover track, and the guy with the consulting company who posted the receipts, if you will, of what they were going to get rid of. And it was the load unload, the main drag down the middle. They were moving the load unload to the second level of the carousel building. They're going to re-engineer all of it. He said the trestles or the bridges, whatever you want to call them, are fine. There's some spalding, which can be fixed. It's nothing big. And they did an inspection of the whole route. It's fine. All these, what I'm beginning to start to call all these red herrings, and when we get to if we talk about the Yeti, just adds to my belief that the parks or the company's just been lazy. And these things can be fixed. They've just chose the cheaper route.
How does that phrase go? Never attribute to malice what can be sufficiently explained by stupidity, or in this case, laziness, right?
Yeah.
But while we're on the Tomorrowland, I want to read.
Well, I didn't. What about the subs? But you got something to read.
Well, I want to read the actual, the Disney's PR bullshit on this, right? So yesterday's tomorrow today.
Crap.
Yeah. Yesterday's tomorrow today. Freaking, that sounds like.
Well, I think I know exactly, because some people had some ideas, and I think I'm kind of with some of these ideas. Go ahead.
All right. So on stage during the Horizons, a Carousel of Progress Disney Experiences showcase. Wait, it's not written properly. On the stage during Horizons, a Carousel of Progress. Period. Disney Experiences Showcase Chairman Thomas Masloom announced some very exciting news for Disneyland Resort. Revealed during the closing moments of the D23, the Ultimate Disney Fan event, presented, but I'm not giving them freaking credit. A reimagining of Tomorrowland at Disneyland Park is in the works! Exclamation point. The transformation of Tomorrowland will honor the legacy of the original land while reimagining its future. Disneyland Resort will strive to preserve what guests cherish most, while also introducing new experiences and possibilities for the next generation of fans. Walt Disney Imagineers are already beginning to dream up the next chapter of innovation and storytelling for Tomorrowland, with new attractions, more open spaces, we just talked about that, and new places for Disneyland guests to dream about the future. Interesting. The plans for Tomorrowland will restore the spirit of optimism, innovation, and possibility that inspired Walt Disney to create a vista into a world of wondrous ideas in 1955 and have defined this land for decades. Oh.
All I can say is George Orwell has to be so proud, because this has to be some of the best doublespeak I've ever heard.
It's so freaking stupid.
I saw one guy actually post, "Leave it alone." It's nostalgia for me. I kind of like it.
Well, okay, because the last time they tried to fix it, they made it worse.
They did.
Yes.
Right? So we don't to quote our friend Matt, I don't trust those people.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people spin it. They believe they're going to go with a retro look back from Walt's days of what they were planning for the future. And then it's really funny to read some of these comments. If they don't put in What's the one you like? They don't do a Meet the Robinson attraction. I'm done with these guys. Really? Okay. And one thing,
Richard, right?
yeah, one of them said something about if they don't announce this, or it's disgusting that they don't. I'm like, disgusting, really? An attraction not being an attraction? It's disgusting. That's the word you pulled out of your dictionary or thesaurus. Disgusting. I mean,
well, I'm going to go by what she said earlier too. So many people are going, "Oh, we got to bring the people mover back. Oh, we got to bring this back. Oh, we got to bring that."
Oh,
it's like
everybody thinks it's coming back now.
Yeah,
because they promised stuff from the. What was it? Was there something about the past there or bringing?
Yeah, and the nostalgia feel to it.
Honor the legacy of the original land while reimagining its future.
Yeah,
good double speak.
See,
dude, listen,
and that's why I say.
When is this supposed to happen? By you said?
Okay, well, let's get to that. Let's mess with that because they say it's going to be pushed ahead of Avatar. I don't believe it, and here's why. We know that we're not going to see. They've got 2 new things going on at Disneyland that are ready to open or supposed to open in a year and a half, 2 years roughly, in 2028, right?
Yes.
I'm guessing they're not breaking ground on a third project until these are either in testing or pretty close to being finished. It's my guess. Now, if you also look real closely at that statement or what the guy says, the Imagineers are just starting or have started on ideas. Avatar's complete with that part. They had a model. They had ride vehicles.
So how can this be in front of that? I have no idea.
Now, I have questions about that model, if it's supposed to be interior or exterior, and here's why. They show the monorail coming around it. I'm taking it that's going south on Harbor. How's it crossing over Pandora? I'm just going to use that name for now. How's it crossing over Pandora to get to where the old Golden Gate was?
See, that's my question, too.
Because I didn't have a good idea on the orientation.
Yeah, no, that part's intentionally vague.
It is vague. So it's designed, as far as I'm concerned, it's designed. Most likely construction drawings have already started, if not completed. They were moving on this and they've pushed it back a little bit, we know, and left Monsters Inc. open a little longer. I don't see, unless they're doing a very cheap paint job again with really innocuous changes to Tomorrowland, that they would push it ahead of Avatar. And going on the timeline of these other 2, let's say they don't start construction until these are finished. So they start in 2028. We're looking at 2032 before you see anything.
Okay, so the chances of us still podcasting in 2032 is pretty slim.
I don't know. 2000 will be possibly 20 years later.
You're right. But I'm just saying, or we'll be
80-year-old guys out here with our show.
Not in 2032.
We'll look more like
70.
Waldorf and what are their names on the Muppets?
And Waldorf, yeah.
Statler and Waldorf, yeah.
But
Greg's already getting there.
I'm going to go out and say, go ahead and say, there's no way this is done. This is going to be forgotten. This Tomorrowland reimagining is never going to happen.
See, I'm still of the opinion. I don't think Avatar is going to happen. At least not the way they say it's going to happen.
Well, but at least there's more proof that they've been doing some real work on it.
I think the big difference here is stuff that it's made it to D23 at the level Avatar has all been completed.
Yeah, the models and whatever.
Stuff when they just talk about it as blue sky, not so much.
No.
It's blue sky throwing things out to see how people react to it.
This is to froth up the fans. All this was. Froth up the fans.
And you saw them clutching their pearls and practically fainting over this.
They lapped this up.
Oh, yeah.
Lap this up. And it's like, okay, I understand. I enjoy Disney. Some people might say, well, 10 years ago, they might have called me a Disney adult with all the trips I would take to Florida. But I'm also a realist, and I've seen with my eyes what they do and what they don't do.
I got an argument.
This is just a stroke fest. I'm serious. This is just
online discussion with a girl who is a Disney adult, almost the coin I phrase Disney fundamentalist, which now people have bastardized into Disney fanatic, Disney fan, but it was intended as Disney fundamentalist.
Oh,
And I said something to her. I said, I'm an adult who likes Disney, but I'm not a Disney adult. And she was like clueless. She's, what do you mean? I don't get it. And I'm like, if you don't get it, there's no helping you. It's like,
if you don't understand, you don't understand.
I almost sent you guys a picture. It was like think of it as a news TV news infographic, right? And it was 4 lines. It was like the minimum salary for you to survive as a single adult in Orange County. You miss your minimum salary. It was like $80,000, right?
Yeah.
Minimum salary to survive as a couple with a house was, this money, 100 and something. Minimum salary you have to have with kids, 200 and something $1,000. Minimum salary for Disney adult, $890,350.
Well,
And I almost said that to you guys, but I was like, no, that's.
Have you
That's just a chuckle.
seen the interviews with the people being asked how much they've spent at D23?
Yes,
No.
I have.
The lowest was a few $100s, but that was, what do you say, the bottom of the bell curve, or the
Yeah.
They bought some Crocs with a little bit of buttons on them.
So far, the only thing I've seen worth buying was the Tiki Room bird. That was only $295, I think, around there. $10,000, I think, was the one that spent the most, and it was by like 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. They'd already spent that.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
I'm just old.
I found this new site that's posted some funny stuff. What was this one? Oh no, this one was just shared with me. Disney invited 14,000 people plus Gloria Gaynor to announce they were going to fix a broken animatronic. I thought that was pretty funny. It was right on point too, like the one I sent you, and I used the wrong word.
Analogy.
Because in my mind, it was an analogy to what I had seen before, or I did a speech to text and it changed my word to one that I didn't mean to use.
I was like, I don't see an analogy. Please show me.
But what was funny though was the guy not right. They invited like has-been or old 80s and 90s singers, dance routines, and
the Neil Patrick Harris thing seemed to be
big. It's some of that retroactivity to make people feel nostalgic.
Okay.
I'm looking for
then they should position D23 as a nostalgia fest, not a ripoff of the Apple hardware reveals where we're going to show you all the new hotness and it's available to purchase in 3 months.
It does kind of feel like that, doesn't it?
But that's what they're doing, right? But at least Apple has shit. They're presenting you stuff that's ready to go.
Here, we had was it Heinz and Heinz?
Oh, I saw those.
Yeah, you heard
formulas or something.
They're the new sponsors for Small World.
Heinz.
Yeah. Ketchup and mustard.
Better than Acra, sure.
Well, you know the controversy now going around about Heinz, right? Did you see the controversy over Coke?
No.
Well, you guys aren't watching things. So
or we're not conspiracy theorists.
Well, people were claiming because Coke was allowing you to customize their bottles and cans.
Oh yeah, I remember. Okay,
with your own name, the labels with your name, or
yes, or phrase, and this just happened a week and a half ago.
Okay.
And it became a big controversy. I went and tried every one these guys were saying, and none of what they were saying was right. There was 11 character limit, so some of the phrases like Allah is king wouldn't even fit in 11 characters. Right?
Yeah.
Now Heinz, not Heinz American, but you have to go to the UK site. And what people are showing is that one of them was the same guy. It's partially correct. You know, you can't type in Jesus, for example. You can type
Poor
in
guy's
Christian.
named Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All the Jesuses. But you can type in Christian. You can type in Allah. You can type in Satan. You can type in a lot of things. But what I noticed really about the UK site, you should see the little shit. You know how all websites at the bottom have, like their affiliation plan or the contact us, their whatever, the UK has the most line of bullshit. The inclusive thing, the equity thing.
Yes, they're full on. I mean,
it's a long list of all these things, they're okay with to show their virtue signaling to all that.
And
so what do you think about go ahead.
I say after off the air, I'll give you my real thoughts because
sure. Yeah, we want to stay off of that
Ministry
stuff.
of Silly Walks.
So the dude that you said I see you see him on Instagram, I see him on TikTok. And he has
which thing?
The guy with the Yeti that is saying that plays into your Disney's being lazy position where the Yeti is getting rebuilt but they're not.
Whoa. They didn't say he was being rebuilt.
No, they said it's turning him back on.
People are making huge leaps with what's going on here. They could be accurate, but they're making huge leaps that was not announced.
Sure. What was announced exactly then?
They were going to fix it.
Okay.
Yay! So I think was the basic announcement.
More nebulous, stroke the fans and make them happy.
Correct.
But you don't think? But the guy that you posted, his position was that the components that make the Yeti move are lighter.
That the new stuff is lighter, therefore.
So therefore won't cause stress fractures and it won't break inside because they can't really do anything else.
So here's my problem with all this. They can't
take them out. They can't reinforce the thing.
There are so many rumors, again, similar to the People Mover, and everybody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Today I saw one that said because it's tied to the foundation. Now I know what a foundation is, kind of in my line of work. I don't think a foundation is at the level he's. See, the hard thing to figure out is where he actually is. You go down a hill, looks like you're in a cave, but are you above the ground here? Are you below the ground here? I'm not sure exactly where we are.
I think when you're zooming by him, you are maybe 2 to 3 stories in the air.
He's at maybe the first 2 are at the 3rd level. The third one.
I think you're on a different ride than we are.
We're on the Matterhorn, correct?
No, we're on Expedition Everest.
Oh, Everest. I'm thinking of the Yeti.
Those all work.
Okay.
Those are just cycle shot creatures. Just one movement this way, this way, this way. Yeah. With a scream.
That's all right, Richard.
Richard, when you went to Animal Kingdom, Expedition Everest hasn't opened yet.
It had opened, but it was down the day we were out there.
So have you ever ridden Expedition Everest?
You didn't go back to ride it? If there was a new ride like that, I would have made a point to go back to that place and ride it. I
was fortunate to see the Yeti moving.
Yes, I've seen it move, and I've seen
doing what
I've seen the videos of it moving.
Okay,
yeah,
pretty impressive.
It's freaking scary.
I think I did see it over at WDI when they were testing some of it.
I mean, how tall would you say that sucker is? He's got to be
9 feet. About 9 feet, I want to say.
Or it's forced perspective, but he's kind of looming over their track, so it's kind of hard.
People are posting bigger things than that, but you could probably type it into your computer and figure it out real quick.
What? Where he's at?
How tall he is? Probably even maybe where he's at. Yeah.
All right. But
I'm also still trying to find this new site I saw that had
the issue is
funny stuff. Yes, go ahead.
I think it's more fan stroke. I think it's more stuff to get the fans riled up so they don't notice that they didn't really announce anything that's new.
No, the only thing they might have done was give a little more details. Now, what I found interesting at Piston Peak, which it took me watching a couple videos and seeing a couple pictures to get the orientation, because nobody was really doing the orientation well from a point of where you might walk into Liberty Square. So it took me a while to kind of figure out where some things are. Now, interestingly enough, and I still don't like where it is and what they took out to put there. But a little bit of fan service they did where they have a building that looks like the mill. They have a building that kind of has some aspects or elements of the fort. And what was the third building they were given some there was something else that was kind of in reference to. Oh, there's a little bridge kind of like off the island, I think like the Barrel Bridge or something. That one, Western Ho. Remember when everybody was like losing their mind because the Western Ho food cart on the Riverside closed?
Yeah.
The French fries.
There, I don't know out there if it wasn't a French fry place in Disney World. I think it was something else. I'm pretty sure it was something else. But anyways, as I predicted, there's a new building there that's going to be some kind of fast food stand. So
at the exit of
not the exit, wherever Westward Ho, we're Florida.
Florida. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was a clickbait article. Oh, permanent change coming to Frontierland.
yeah.
And what is
people
it?
were freaking out about it.
Westward Ho's going away.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
yes.
people were losing their minds over it.
Animal Kingdom Yeti, 25 feet tall.
25 feet tall.
I thought it was bigger than you guys thought.
It's obviously not the one I saw over at WDI.
It's no, according to Wikipedia too. So I don't know, how.
I've found that other than sometimes like people still calling Star Wars 1977 Star Wars: A New Hope, which drives me at the freaking wall. I have found most of those. Does it have a reference? Does it have a little number next to it where they got the information?
I don't know. This is just the
I'm
AI.
asking Richard. Richard.
Yeah, I'm going on AI here too.
It says 25 feet tall, 20,000 pounds.
Okay.
Which it says 4 tons, but that's 8,000 pounds. So this is already the first problem. Support structure housed atop a separate 46-foot steel tower inside the mountain. So it's not part of the foundation. The 46-foot steel tower might be anchored to the foundation.
Well, yeah, the tower. But some of the different things I've heard was, it's destabilizing the mountain. I don't believe that.
I don't believe that. I mean, I believe that if it's sitting on a separate 46-foot steel tower and they can't fix it without ripping the mountain open, that I can kind of believe.
I could believe they would have to cut the mountain open, and I don't see a problem with that. You do a long rehab, you open it up. I really think it's been laziness.
Yeah.
Now, Mike mentioned something, not you, that he thought one of the problems with Tiana's might be some of the new animatronics they are using, which are more electric-based, solenoid, shit like that, and the moisture is just not setting well with those functions compared to the more sometimes simple or pneumatic ones.
The air pressure ones, it's almost like they learned this lesson with Pirates. That, moist environment, the animatronic figures that run on air are much more believable and less prone to breaking down. Imagine that.
Well, Pirates had a lot of all the early stuff's hydraulic.
Sure, but it wasn't fully electric motors.
Oh no!
Was it hydraulic valves or
the auctioneer's finger would be squirting hydraulic.
But they went from that to pneumatic, right? Which is air pressure.
Yes.
And if it leaks, then it just kind of droops, right? Or that thing stops moving, and they can replace the little tube or whatever. But full on electric motors.
Here's the clickbait I saw. Oh, I guess I don't know. D23 day one recap. Disney leadership still thinks it's a prestigious film company instead of the world's most expensive churro stand. And this guy's whatever this site is, they've got some funny stuff. But okay, they did announce a new film that nobody had heard of. I think I've already forgotten what the name is. I hope they advertise this film this time. They, surprisingly enough, they didn't really give much information about Enchanto Ride. little information about Indiana Jones and the detail of the building. You know what I find interesting about that building? It looks a lot like ours. It's just Mayan based versus what's ours. It looks South American.
Inca.
Inca maybe. So it's kind of like let's dust off these plans. Let's change the exterior a little bit, and maybe that'll work.
See Harrison Ford made a big deal because
now
new figure is going to be based on him and not some foreign figure.
Yeah, and while they're at that, why don't they then just take that rubber mask and move it over to Disneyland too? Make a few copies and put it over there.
Well, they used his voice in ours, just not his face.
Not originally they didn't. They changed it, but originally it wasn't his voice. It's close, but it wasn't quite his. I'm pretty sure, because there's a big deal. It's like, why didn't you have the if you have the voice, why don't you have the face? For I think it. I'm not 100% sure on that. You'd have to
my gosh. Okay, so remember the guy you said that they tried to distract you with 70s and 80s music people?
Yes.
So the Yeti announcement, also on the Horizons of Carousel of Progress presentation at D23. Neil Patrick Harris was interrupted by Thomas Masloon, chairman of Disney Experiences. It was time for an announcement big enough to shake a mountain to its core. We're bringing the Yeti back to life inside Expedition Everest at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Cheers rocked the crowd louder than the screech of a legendary beast. These people get paid to write this. It's just crazy.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Anyway, as beasts of legend are soothed with song, Gloria Gaynor gave our long dancing Yeti an epic send-off.
Is she calling her a beast of legend?
As beasts of legend are soothed with a song. Never heard that term. Music average beast.
But when you read it off real quick, I heard that he was calling her a beast.
Okay, no. As beasts of legend are soothed with song, Gloria Gaynor gave our long dancing Yeti an epic send-off. She paid tribute to our lovable Yeti as only she could, performing her 1978 disco hit, I Will Survive.
Well, I'm looking here. There are constant references to Disco Yeti.
That's what they call it because they use
flashing the strobe lights,
and fans to make it look like it's got movement in it. What I always found funny was the little silhouette of him. There's like broken up track, and there's one sticking way up, and he squats down. I swear to God, he sits on that thing. If you watch that video close enough,
the shadow.
Find a copy of that video. The shadow one.
The shadow where he jumps onto the thing and it's the shadow of him ripping it up. Yeah.
I swear to God, he sits on that piece of track.
How much are tickets for D23? Because if I paid good money for this, I'd have been
only angry. Like $50 a year to be a member of the group. See, that's why I gave it up. It's like, what am I getting for $50 or whatever it was back then? Nothing really. A sticker, an invite.
The only reason we used to go is because Richard got them for $5.
Well, I was a member of D23, so I'm sure I got a price on it. I guess. I don't remember.
Okay, so 1 day ticket, $100. 3 day ticket, $297.
So some of these people have spent thousands of dollars. Their ticket was a small percentage. But if let's say you went in there and bought $100, you paid $100 just to be able to buy stuff. $100 worth of stuff. And did you see the one video of the total collapse of the line or the queue? Now they didn't use stanchions; they just tape it on the ground. And I don't know if it was those. I don't know. There's some collector cards at all the parks.
Oh, I saw where everyone was massed into a corner. That's what happened.
They just pushed into a corner. Yeah, that was a total collapse of the queue. Most likely, I'm guessing somebody jumped the queue. Or just bypass it, and people are like,
everybody else joined.
Not happening here. And then it happened at Paris Disneyland of all places, where I saw the usual suspects jumping fences and stanchions to get to this card. I don't know what these collector cards are. I don't.
Okay. You know what fixes that? The person who jumped the line getting their ass beat,
or not sold anything.
But the people selling have to care.
I did meet a girl that's from Tops because she was telling me that they were there at D23 because they're having a bunch of big new trading cards that Tops is putting out there.
Well, I wonder if Tops is the company behind the company of these cards. like a
So that's what I'm
subsidiary.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah, right. But we don't know them as Topps cards. They're not advertised as Topps cards. At least not the ones I've seen people go lining up for 2 or 3 hours to get when they released them. I thought it started with an L. I guess a quick search of Disney collector cards.
I don't care. I'm not searching. This whole thing is stupid.
But
This
sorry, the Yeti thing, making a move could, literally be as simple as just some small arm movements. Nowhere in that announcement did they say they were bringing him back to full strength. They might find a middle ground where he doesn't move a lot.
But
maybe it's just his head moves.
Yeah, but it's still not frozen with the strobe light. Though you wanted to talk about film announcements, right? Coco 2.
Yeah.
Incredibles.
Yeah, Coco 2.
3.
I don't remember Incredibles 2. I guess I'm gonna have to go back and look at
a movie called Gato.
That's the one where they showed a little preview of it. It was hard to get a sense of what it's about. I didn't, get a sense of what it's about. Okay, Cars. I love Cars. Cars 2 was stupid. Cars 3, I don't remember as much about. But Cars 2 was really stupid. Planes, it was already a little bit of a reach to look at the cars as like humans talking, doing things. But 2 was, they were spies or some bullshit. I'm trying to figure out
is another one.
Mrs. Fritter. She's all over, at least with a big stand at Piston Peak. But I don't know who this character is. I guess I'm going to have to look her up.
Oh my gosh. Romy Michelle, number 2. That's just so stupid.
Okay. So on Cars, Piston Peak, it's going to be hard not just say Cars Land.
Movie.
We were originally shown it was going to be a racing track, which I thought they're just going to take Disney's plan or DCA's plan, retheme it. Now it's not a race anymore. It's a single file, like off-road Richard wannabe off-roader track through the mountains and the deserts and whatever. I saw one guy post, is there going to be water? Well, of course, it's a national park. They all have water. And I responded, I guess you've never been to Joshua Tree, the Death Valley, one other one where they're pretty arid. And if you're lucky to see water.
Oh, the one that's in the news right now.
Take a picture,
Big Bend.
What's going on in Big Bend?
And they're putting the wall up, and they just got a court order to stop because they're damaging the Mexican border.
Oh, it goes down to the Mexican border.
Yeah, it's part of the construction up there.
I'd have to look up that national park. It doesn't jump off the
Oswald.
I've got mixed feelings about Oswald because I looked this up. So they made 167 Oswald films after Walt lost it. I did not look up how many Oswalds Walt actually made, but he had quite a life after Walt. Do we really want to put a lot into a character that's really not known to be very Disney? I mean, yes, Walt created him, Walt lost him, but I don't get people's hype with that one.
I actually look at it it was kind of a blessing in disguise losing him because it created Mickey, which was a much better character, I always thought.
Yeah, you could argue, Richard, that what we see today is, well, that could be a good thing too, but maybe we would have never had Disneyland. Maybe we would have never had a company that survived. Yeah, okay. Walt Disney made 26 or 27 Oswald the Lucky Rabbit shorts, yet Universal made 126. I'm not getting that excited about Oswald. I mean, Karen thinks he's cute. I know people really love those ears. I see him, around the park.
It looks like it's going to be like a 3D. He's like in the natural.
It seemed like Roger Rabbit-esque.
I've lost interest in this.
Yeah.
I've lost interest in all this. I was spun up about Tomorrowland. spun up about the Yeti a bit, but the rest of this is just kind of.
Oh, Richard, as I'm looking up these cards, some of these do have the tops. Oh, here's the one I was looking for. Lorcana. I don't know if it's a collection or game cards. But yeah, there's a few here that also have the Topps name on them. I wonder if they're behind the Lorcana ones also.
What's Lorcana?
I don't know. That's what I'm telling you. But people, that's the one where at downtown Disney, people were lining up like 4 a.m. or something, and in Paris, people were jumping the queue and
Lorcana D23, a collectible card game.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah, I see one Topps box here, and it's Topps Chrome. It's got Woody on one and Moana on the other. So now here's an interesting thought for both of you. Ponder this, riddle me this, as they might say. What I'm looking forward to the Coco ride, by the way. I like that movie. It's in the recent past, and I know it's been a long recent past, probably one of the best they made in the last decade or more. I just think it's really good. But what does Pandora or Coco have to do with California? Is it time to rename that park?
No.
If you're going to bring these things in, it's no longer a California adventure at all. Now we're into Mexico. We're into some mythical world off site somewhere, off planet somewhere.
We kind of left, I thought, California a while ago because you got Cars Land, which if you go by anything that's reality-based geography, that's Arizona.
Well, geography, yes, but 66 does run into
it runs into California. Yeah, it does in several places.
It ends in California.
Yeah.
What's that?
It ends in California.
Oh yeah,
in several places. Yeah.
No, the official end is Santa Monica, California.
I know Santa Monica, but there's like 8 different routes through California.
There's other claims and routes. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. Pixar Pier. I mean, when we originally had Paradise Pier, it was kind of designed after Santa Cruz and
San Diego. Anybody that's got one of those, or Long Beach's Pike, something like that.
Yeah, Pixar Pier kind of it still has the pier, but it's kind of taken it away from the California to be the Anyland Pier. Is it Chicago out there on the lake? Is it Coney Island out there? It's kind of becoming the Anyland.
How about Southern California Gate number 2?
Is that like
there's your new name for it?
Phone number 5, phone number 238, and all the different faux restaurants that just have numbers on them. I love those. I'm like,
the Vietnamese noodle places,
whatever they're called. Yeah.
Yeah. Southern California Gate number 2. We put everything else that don't fit across the street into here.
That's right.
I don't think. More in the Magic Kingdom in Florida. I have a feeling I'm going to go back to Florida one of these days and not even recognize the Magic Kingdom except for the castle, because they're like fucking with everything and they don't seem to care.
Think of this. 5 themed lands fit into one place.
Yeah. They could have put a Cars, a future version of Cars in Tomorrowland.
Where they float? Come on, get them floating cars.
Whatever.
Like the Apple TV show Hello Tomorrow.
And replace the Tomorrowland Speedway. And I think a lot of people would have been very happy with that. Yet they tear out the rivers. Now, granted, it's a little sleepier area, not the same active place it is at Disneyland. But I'm still not. I've been not berating.
You've been challenging.
My thoughts on Villains Land, and especially in a castle park. All of Walt's film was about conquering evil, or the bad guys getting their comeuppance.
Yeah.
Now we're celebrating them, and people are describing this roller coaster because they said this roller coaster is not going to go up; it's going to go down. What, are we going down the hell now? Are we? Oh
my God.
But they're talking about, this lady says, well, every park has one high intensity attraction. Well, she said one. I said, one what? She said high intensity. And I started to think about that because what I was saying was, you've separated the family. The parks were about family togetherness. Now, Walt kind of blew that with the Matterhorn. That separated people.
But even then, the height requirement was minimal.
Yeah, it was
30
pretty
inches,
low.
32 inches. It was tiny.
But more and more.
But people had more sense back then not to take their youngster.
Sure.
But
more and more over the last few decades, Disney is creating more and more family separation. I would not. Disney has never made, in my opinion, what I would call a high intensity roller coaster. Maybe one with a loop, someone could say, because not everybody does well with loops. Richard has a problem with the helix at the end of the Incredicoaster. That's my favorite part of the ride, and then it's over. Now we finally got moving, and then the thing's over. The loop's big deal.
You haven't ridden. You need to read Cosmic Rewind.
I have not, but
I know.
It's not a true coaster, right? Isn't it some like hybrid mix of projections and other shit going on?
No, there's a roller coaster. But the little cars you sit in will change their orientation as they go over the loop.
Sort of like Universal's new
Fast and Furious, yes.
Fast and Furious, yeah.
But there's a helix, and instead of going around the helix and you looking down at the little prop that's down there, which is supposed to be the Earth, with clouds and space around it.
Sure.
The ride vehicle points you at it. So you're going around this helix
like this.
Sideways.
Looking down into it and going sideways.
Yeah. So going around the helix.
Okay, that would really screw me up.
I can't ride that ride.
Did you ride it once?
No, I've ridden it a bunch of times. But this last trip we went, I rode it. I'm like, after when I got off, I'm like, I'm feeling kind of queasy.
You reach your capacity.
I'm like, right. But later because it's had virtual queue, right? So if you didn't snag a thing, you weren't riding your whole trip. So on our second to last day, my son's like, hey, we grabbed another ride on Guardians. I'm like, all right, I'll try it. I'll try it one more time to be sure.
Sure.
Came off it. I'm like, nope, never riding that again. I can't do it. It's just I can do roller coasters looking at them. I can prepare myself for whatever, upside down, helix, whatever. But if I'm looking one way and I'm going this way.
So do you have problems with Everest?
No, I can go backwards.
Okay, well, you said if you can't see where you're going.
I said it kind of helps. You're right. I said it helps to see where you're going, but doing it sideways, looking down, fuck me up.
For my back, I want to know where I'm going, prepare for things. Even Space Mountain's not too dark. You know. Plus, I've been on it so many times, I kind of know.
But at least the Everest, you sit in the front, you can feel the train. You can get a sense of what.
I don't know if it's the first time I rode it. Karen's like, "Do you see the Yeti?" And I'm like, "What Yeti?" Luckily I was still holding on to my 5D Mark II.
It's sitting here on my desk, by the way.
Yeah, I know. But I got the ride vehicle. I was just standing against the wall. And the guy's like, "You got to get off the platform." I'm like, "What?"
Give me a minute.
Yeah, and Karen's like, he's let the kids wander on. But anyways, but I've been on it since. It gives me a weird feeling, but I can do it. To me, high intensity roller coasters, Six Flags Magic Mountain, full of high intensity roller coasters. So far, I have not rode one at Disney, and I haven't ridden Tron. Everybody, to me, describes Tron as being like Pony Express, but a little longer. Not very intense, just big
smooth.
Long
it's
turns.
It's smooth. Everybody likes smooth, right? Fast. You feel like you're going fast and smooth. Yeah. But we're off the track here.
Yeah, Colossus, high intensity. The Revolution was high intensity.
Not by today's standards.
It still gets pretty fast. It does the loops. Some people can't do loops. Richard can't do helix.
Singular.
So the Incredicoaster is high intensity to you then?
I don't think Incredicoaster is high intensity at all.
The Revolution is high intensity. Why can't
the Incredicoaster is faster and does more than Revolution?
Ride. Well, I'd have to look up the specs. What I remember about the Revolution, and it's been a few years, was a long climb to the roller coasters that take you up when you wonder, how do I get off if this thing breaks down? There's no walkway or there's
the Buffalo Bills Desperado. That was up there.
That was intense. Richard, he did not like getting poked in the side because I was behind him.
As you're going up, and you pass the roof of their 20-story hotel structure, and it's still climbing like shit.
Yeah. And you couldn't see the bottom. Yeah, but once you got down there,
and you go down through the parking lot in that tunnel.
Yeah.
But once you got down there, it was nothing. That first drop was intense.
That was it.
It mellowed out from there.
All right, are we done with D23 then? Because it sounds like we've wandered off the reservation. We're talking about other shit.
I think everybody else is.
Well, I was trying to think if there was any of the attractions. Well, you guys didn't seem to respond to any of the Piss and Peak. You don't care, or you it was much better than the artwork they had previously presented that looked like third grade cartoon. What about Kara? Oh, yeah, here's one that really pisses me off. Yeah, it pisses me off. One, when people kept talking. Yeah. Well, like I say, I want to say something scared me about Tomorrowland's announcement. No, it concerned me. It didn't scare me. It didn't disgust me. It concerns me. It vexed me. I was vexed. Name that movie. Okay, so when people started talking and they would just say the Horizon announcement. I'm like, fuck, did they say something about bringing Horizons back or rebuilding a new version?
No, they called the whole presentation.
I know. I found that out. Yeah. Horizons, Carousel of Progress to the future, or some bullshit like that. Okay. What I noticed about Carousel of Progress, and if you want to end on this, that's
clickbait.
Fine. Okay. The artwart didn't look improved.
No.
Didn't look improved. It looked just as bad as the third grade class that drew it at Walt Disney Elementary School a few months ago.
They had costumes I saw.
Big whoopee fuck.
Yeah.
They probably pulled those out of a prop room somewhere as a temporary. Yeah.
The costumes are from the Broadway plays.
How do you know
there's a Broadway play for Carousel of Progress?
I don't know, but we had to do a standby on it. When I talked to the people, they said they were all from New York. So maybe they're just making the costumes in New York, but all the costumes are coming.
Okay, so you guys
dogs.
Actually did. Yeah,
that was the dog animatronics. I saw
big
that.
Whoopie fuck. That's just one of the examples. The thing that is, because I will now, when I go on the Carousel of Progress, I will hear Walter White and thinking about if he's got a meth room or meth lab backstage, and I will hear the Queen scream, thinking, did she run away from Jason? If I've got the right, not mixing up to
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, you picked two people. Now I looked her up and said she was 67. I thought, God, she looks older than 67 to me. I don't know if that's right or not. And he's like 70. So you've got what should be middle-aged parents of like teenagers, except you got grandma and grandpa playing middle-aged people, which, okay, fine, it's just voices. I would argue that when Rex Allen was the original voice, and yes, he was a movie cowboy. He had narrated a lot of things for Disney, but he wasn't, I don't want to say he didn't have the star power that these two have, but times have changed with how recognizable people are, how many TV shows they've been on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I will not be able to sit through the carousel without hearing the Queen of Scream or the Meth Lab guy.
Or so the voices are going to take you out, is what you're saying?
Yes, I think this is stunt casting, and the fans ate it up. Just like I think it was at last year's or the year before, or maybe it's been a few years now, when Jamie Lee Curtis was announced that she was going to be Leota or whoever in the movie, and they had the Doom buggy back out, and it turned around, it was her, and everybody lost their shit. Literally. And this, okay. Well, even when I go to a concert, I stand up when everybody else stands up because you can't see if you don't.
Yes, correct.
I clap, sometimes more enthusiastically than other times. I'm not a screamer. Never have been. An occasional whoop, maybe. That's just not me. I'm an adult. Even when I was a kid, I didn't do that. I just at a baseball game, I might say everybody stands up and cheers. I'm like, oh, That's about it. I
Yeah.
don't get this losing your shit over stuff like this. I just don't get it.
So the voices are a problem for you.
Yeah, well, that and the artwork still, and no real storyline of what they're gonna fuck up this time around in storytelling. Because I haven't been real like Matt confident in their storytelling lately, let alone their integration of new attractions or redone attractions. So I don't have a lot of faith in this. Piston Peak is looking good from the surface, except its location. And now they've also, well, it didn't happen at D23, but it's been going around the internet that Florida has been approved for a 5th park. Now, one, I want to know who had to approve them. They basically own Reedy Creek. I know the governor was messing with their autonomy a little bit, but I didn't think it would really that be a big of a problem for them to say we can build a 5th gate. Waiting for approval, I found a little suspect with these announcements, but let's say they did. They got approval. Why did Piston Peak have to go in a castle park and not? I mean,
yeah, exactly.
It's a Disney property now, but it came out of a property that was not Disney. Keep Disney Disney. There's a hashtag. Keep Disney Disney. Stop buying shit. Be more creative, and keep Disney Disney. Hashtag keep Disney.
I was trying to find more artwork of the. All I could find was one scene.
And all the people that were wondering what the building was that was going to be behind the Haunted Mansion because they weren't sure if it's going to be a connection to Villain's Land. It's toilets.
Yay! That's perfect. That is perfect.
Now, if they were real authentic toilets to go with Piston Peak, there'd be those holes that have a seat over them, like you see at a lot of national parks.
Outhouses, vault toilets,
vault
toilets.
I went into the one in Amboy, walked right back out. Couldn't even get past the smell, let alone what was down the holes. Like, nope.
Nope, not doing that.
I'd rather take my chance and pee in public than pee in that thing.
I think that's a fine topic to end on.
Hashtag pee in public than pee in that thing.
We need to talk about the bathroom situation from a couple weeks ago. That's on our list to cover.
Rehash?
Yeah. So here we are. We're kind of sad. I don't know. Are we happy that we didn't go to D23? I'm kind of happy I didn't go to D23.
I'm glad I didn't spend that kind of money to see things I already knew about.
Yeah, nothing new. But there you go. We have our typical MiceCast take on the whole situation.
So, as a model builder, sometimes for architecture work, the models are cool. I like to see those.
Okay, cool. All right, that's a fine way to end it. Thank you for listening, and have a good night.
Too early.